What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about a email session that I got from a client. I reached out to her and asked if I can do a video on this because I think it would help her more and other people. She said absolutely. So first off, thank you for letting me do this. Secondly, ladies, if you want to get a session just like this or a phone session, links are down in the description, okay? I love doing these, and if you want me to make a video on it, if I feel like it can help a lot of people, I'm going to do so. This one's going to help a lot of people because a lot of women ask me this question. So I'm going to jump right into this, and then I'm going to answer it and give you guys a little more depth, okay? So I'm in a situationship / friends with benefits with a guy on Hinge. He invested a lot in me before we met up. My friends all thought he was great and believed he could be the real deal. I'm 21, he's 25. Because of this quarantine, we eventually met at my place. She says, I know. And we talked for 5 hours straight before making out. We didn't have sex, but we spent the night together. Okay, so I'm sure you did everything else. The next morning, we went on a hike, and he treated me like his girlfriend. Right after that, he stopped texting paragraphs like he used to. He initiates once or twice throughout the day. I guess that's what she meant to say. We will hang out again. I'm fine with friends and benefits, but I see potential of him being my boyfriend. I'm spending summer in another state, so I won't be seeing him through May and August. I feel like I could have sex with him if I do friends and benefits, but I see him as my boyfriend. So our question is, should I avoid having sex with him to increase my chance of making him my boyfriend, or am I just imagining stuff because he only sees me as friends with benefits? Okay, so first I want to answer the question because a lot of women do this and they F it up. Me and my friends always talk about, at least I remember in college, that if a woman starts using sex as a bargaining chip, red flag, get the hell out, okay? But there's more. Now that doesn't mean that doesn't mean not to withhold it from a guy or make him work for it and stuff like that. That's totally different. That's a value thing. That's totally different than using it as a bargaining chip, right? Bargaining chip's almost manipulative. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing here, but I do want you to look a little deeper into it. And I talk about this in my course, Attraction Academy, more in depth. So ladies, if you want to check that out, check that out. But here's the mistake you're going to make. And a lot of women make this mistake. When you say, should I hold out on having sex with him or should I avoid it? You're using sex now. Sex is now being seen as your value proposition, okay? And when you take away your value proposition, you actually are going to lose value. And unfortunately, that's because you guys signed up with the Friends with Benefits. You met on a dating site. You both agreed to the Friends with Benefits. You said you're okay with it, which you're not. You're talking to a young guy who's 25. Again, dating site. You're not going to see him for the next 2 months. That's just what's going to happen as of right now. But if you're going to take this value proposition and take it away from him, or even say this is part of my value, what doesn't work there is, kind of a newsflash. A lot of women, actually all women, have this value proposition. So here's kind of the situation you're in, which is if you're not going to have sex with him, someone else will. Everyone has this value proposition. So I tell women this thing. If that's the case, then what makes you so special that he's willing to give up all these other women that he could have sex with? He's not seeing you for the next 2 months. You guys are already friends with benefits, so he's already getting all the benefits from you that he wants, at least for now. Like, what benefit will he actually get to committing to you? Because it's April right now. You're not going to see him till August. Why in the hell would he jump into a relationship? It's just pure liabilities. I'm jumping into a relationship with a woman I'm already hooking up with, who I know I have, who I'm not going to see for 2 months, and I am talking to other women because I'm on Hinge and you're long distance. What value do I get out of jumping into this? And if you think you're going to convince him to do so by withholding sex, again, that is a value proposition that every single woman on the earth, right, that is able to have sex or old enough to have in his, age, like he could get that from them. So you're not doing any good doing that, okay? So that's number one. I'm not going to say withhold sex from him. I'm going to say do whatever you guys are doing, and when you're together, you kind of have to eventually give him the talk and then cut him loose 100%. If you think you're going to convince a man to be with you by withholding sex, he's going to push away because it is manipulative to an extent, and he is going to talk to other women like he is, or commit to other women. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, when you say things like he invested a lot in me in the beginning, and he treated me like his girlfriend after we hooked up and stuff. Listen. He's treating you like his girlfriend because he can, because the context is friends with benefits. So that meaning one of the top reasons a lot of guys stop initiating or they pull away and they feel and all that kind of stuff is because they feel the pressure. They feel like they're leading you on. They feel like if they keep on complying, it's telling you they're on the same page as you when they're not. And so the only other option is to either tell you straight up or to give you hints or pull away. Okay, but in this instance, he knows that you know, because you guys are both friends with benefits, that the pressure it's not really there, right? He could do these things and say these things and treat you certain ways because he likes you in his life, because he thinks you're fun. He gets assets from doing so. You guys are cool. You guys can sit and talk for 5 hours. Awesome. Like, I'm not saying the guy does not like you, but liking you in a relationship are two completely different things. Liking you is not a choice. It is attraction. It is not a choice. A relationship, however, is a sacrifice. It is a lifestyle. And maybe he does not want to live that lifestyle. And sacrifice meaning he has to give up these other women or his freedom or taking himself off the market to get these assets that he is already getting, right? So he is going to treat you well because why not? I like you. And at the same time, there's no pressure because we're friends with benefits. You know the circumstances. So that's why guys do that. Now, for him taking long to reply, I think I'm going to contradict myself here and what you kind of said. I think that's him taking you for granted. There's no reason for him not to. Now, you can say out of respect, that's kind of bold. Okay, I understand that. But when you're friends with benefits and you're already hooking up and again, I think you guys, this is just miscommunication. I'm not much of a texter myself. And women might take that the wrong way. I'm just not a texter. Doesn't mean I'm losing interest. I'm just not a texter. This guy might be the same way. And a lot of women will say, well, no, that's not how he is because he was texting a lot in the beginning. Well, yeah, all guys do that in the beginning. I have to. I have to court you. I have to give you my resources. I have to provide and satisfy and invest in you to pull back the curtain to see where I stand or to see if I can win you over. And he won you over, right? Which is fine. That's okay. That's not the problem here. The problem is what you signed in for. So, when he says those kind of things or does those kind of things in the beginning, it's completely natural. And then, he treats you like his girlfriend when you guys are together, probably. Of course, he's going to. Why not? The assets are right in front of him. You're there. You're having a good time. He's going to do that. But then a guy, he is going to text less. Now, if he's in a different state already, let me see. Are you already in a different state? You said May, but if you are in a different state, you are going to have he's not going to text at all. It's going to be very rare. There's just no reason for him to text, to build up this relationship, to keep talking to each other, whatever. I mean, he can pick up where he left off. There's no reason for him not to, he probably thinks. So I would say, in your situation, the best thing to do is to not hope for a relationship as of right now. Keep doing what you're doing. No reason to bring up the talk before you leave. Leave, go to your other state, and then just talk and text as much as you can, or however. When I say that, I mean something sustainable, not all day, every day. If you don't hear from him for a day or two, don't freak out. Just keep it minimal, something sustainable. You don't want to kill it before you get back. Just something that you can maintain until you get back, pick it up where you left off, and then eventually you have to say, hey, you know what? I know we're friends with benefits, but I'm liking it. I think this is great. I like what we have. We already, in my opinion, we act like a couple, and then you just kind of transition towards the talk of a relationship. And if he can't give you that, then that's when you pull away. There's no point in having the talk right now. There's no point in having it now. You can, but you're going to cut your you can cut your losses so you can have a better time mentally when you're away. But if you do say yes, and you guys get together, or he says yes and you guys get together, then you're going on this 2-month break. He's going to regret it. Trust me, 2 months of a new relationship of a 25-year-old guy on Hinge, he would be crazy to commit right now. That's just me. So what I would do is do whatever you're doing for 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks, then dip. Go on your thing for 2 months. Talk as much as you can. Build up whatever you guys have. Because listen, people think friends with benefits are a bad thing because the guy gets all the advantages. Yeah, I can see that, but you can't get mad at the guy. You signed up for it with them, and you even said yourself here that you're fine with friends with benefits. I think this is just miscommunication. A guy, listen, ladies, a guy's not going to get rid of get rid of all of his assets and pull himself off the market if he doesn't need to. There's just no, unless he wants something completely serious, as in, I'm ready to settle down, get married, have kids, and, long-term thinking like that. Nest egg, house, dog, white picket fence, then he's going to, right? But as of right now, there's just no reason for him to pull himself off the market. So women are like, well, why isn't he saying it? Why isn't he asking? Why isn't he doing it? Why the fuck would he? There's no reason to. He'd be an idiot to do so. He is not going to put himself off the market if he doesn't have to. Okay? So that's why guys don't bring it up. But I would just continue what you guys are doing, unless it's just eating you up alive and you have to say something now and you want to, sleep better when you're away, then do so. But I don't think he's going to say yes. I would be shocked if he said yes to a relationship right now, because your guys just started talking and you're about to leave for 2 months. Why would he sign up for that? Why would he sign up for that? If I was him, I would BS you and say, can we, I like what we have now. I'm not sure when you leave for 2 months. Can't we talk about this when you get back? We'll just continue, where we left off, and we'll continue to talk and FaceTime and shit like that when you're away. And you're going to fall for it, and then just go from there. But I don't know. I don't see why he would bring it up. If it was me, you either bring it up now and cut your losses, or you bring it up when you get back. But you have to bring it up when you get back. If you think, for the love of God, if you think holding out on sex and hanging out with him 10 more times is going to make him change his mind, he's not. He's just going to take it for granted, right? So that being said, ladies, I love you. Take care and peace.